When Adeel inherited his late uncle's old countryside house, he thought he was finally getting a break from the chaos of city life. The house sat alone at the edge of a small town in Virginia, surrounded by tall, overgrown trees and a long gravel driveway that seemed to stretch forever. It was old, built sometime in the 1960s, with weathered walls, faded wallpaper, and an unsettling silence that hung in the air like a secret. From the very first night, Adeel couldn't shake the feeling that something inside that house was off. The lights flickered for no reason. The floors groaned even when no one was walking. And then there was the basement door. A thick, heavy wooden door bolted shut with an iron latch on the outside. Before his uncle died, he had said one thing that Adeel never forgot. "Whatever you do, never go into the basement after dark." Adeel had laughed at that. He didn't believe in ghosts or curses. He believed in logic, in reason. But sometimes, reason doesn't explain everything. The first few nights were quiet. Then, on the third night, at exactly 2:47 a.m., he woke up to the sound of footsteps. They were faint at first, soft and slow, moving beneath the floorboards. He sat up in bed, listening, his heartbeat matching the rhythm of those steps. Then came a dragging sound like something heavy being pulled across concrete. He froze. The sound was coming from the basement. The next day, he checked the door. The latch was still locked. The air near it felt colder than the rest of the house. When he pressed his ear against the wood, he thought he heard something faint. A low, rhythmic breathing. That night, the power went out. The whole house went dark except for the dim orange flame of the candle he lit. The silence was unbearable. No cars, no wind, nothing but his own breath. And then, from deep below the floor, came a sound that turned his blood cold. Knock, knock, knock. He held his breath. The knocking stopped. Then a whisper floated through the silence. Dry, broken, almost human. "You shouldn't be here." The candle flickered and then went out. He grabbed his phone and turned on the flashlight. The beam shook in his trembling hands as he pointed it toward the basement door. The iron latch that had always been locked was now open. He whispered to himself, "No. I locked it. I know I did." But curiosity and fear pulled him forward. The old wood creaked as he unlatched the door and pushed it open. A wave of cold, damp air rushed out, carrying a faint metallic smell, like rust or blood. The staircase leading down was narrow, steep, and swallowed by darkness. He shined the light downward, but it barely touched the floor below. Taking slow, hesitant steps, he began his descent. Halfway down, the light began to flicker. Once, twice, then it went out completely. The darkness that surrounded him was suffocating. He couldn't see, couldn't breathe. Then, from somewhere in front of him, he heard it. A long, slow inhale. And then, an exhale. It was so close he could feel it against his skin. He didn't think. He ran, bolting up the stairs, slamming the door shut behind him and locking it. He leaned against the door, gasping for air. Something hit the other side once, then again, then stopped. He didn't sleep that night. When the sun finally rose, he gathered the courage to check the door again. What he saw froze him in place. The latch was locked, but this time it was locked from the inside. He left the house that same day and never went back. But people in that small town still talk about it. They say that on quiet, cold nights, a dim light flickers from the basement window, and if you stand close enough, you can hear breathing coming from behind the glass. Slow, heavy, human. And sometimes, if the wind is still, a voice whispers from the darkness, "You shouldn't be here.